Do you guys remember when Donald Trump was president and got COVID? Well, there were some bombshell details published today in the Washington Post about an upcoming book next week about the Trump team's response to the pandemic. Buckle up, this is going to take me all 3 minutes. Here's the article if anybody wants to read, and the book is coming out next week. So basically, we know that Donald Trump got COVID, and his whole team made it sound like it was a very mild disease, and he recovered just fine, no problems. Well, now we come to find out that he almost died from COVID-19. Kind of makes sense. I mean, he's 74, he's medically obese, doesn't exercise, eats junk food, so he was in the highest risk category for severe disease. And his team, because he's the president of the United States, pulled out all the stops to get him the best treatment possible at the time. Stuff that wasn't available to regular Americans. The crazy part is even Mike Pence's team didn't know what was going on, honestly. So Trump basically received all of the best treatment that we had for COVID-19 at the time, such as the monoclonal antibodies. Notice he didn't get ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine. And, he made it through. He was very sick, but he made it through. But once somebody, no less the president of the United States, goes through something like that, one would think that, they might change their mind about the virus. They might start taking it more seriously. Basically, not surprisingly, I guess, he did none of the above. He basically used to tell his aides not to wear a mask around him. What? I get it if you don't care about your own health, but you don't want people around you to be protected? Not only that, the few days before he got sick, he was meeting with some Gold Star families, and he basically told his aides, oh my God, if these guys have COVID, I'm going to get it because of them, because they were all over me. Who treats veterans like that? Jesus Christ. And before he got sick, he flew to Cleveland for a presidential debate. He probably had COVID at that time, and he was exposing so many people to it, including Joe Biden. And then read this paragraph. He got so sick. He had a fever. His blood oxygen level went down. He was on the verge of being put on a ventilator. And all of his aides, White House officials, had no idea that this was going on. And so many of them had met him the week before and probably were exposed as well. Everybody was telling him that he couldn't continue his behavior, his careless behavior, because he was putting people at risk. And one would think that he would have a change of heart after what he went through. But absolutely not. He comes back from Walter Reed, gets to the White House, takes off his mask, and just basks in the glory. You guys also remember when he went out on that parade in that Secret Service limousine, just exposing all the other Secret Service agents to COVID-19? Again, ridiculous. One would think that Trump would have changed, but of course he hadn't. This was the former president of the United States.